Hello. 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 At first, I thought, should I have a script? Should I talk about something important? And maybe I will, but I don't know. And then I was like, no, just do it. Just talk. Let whatever wants to come through your mouth, out through your mouth. So here I am. Here I am. I think it's very cool that we're living in different dimensions at the same time. We're living in this dream world when we're asleep, and we're living in this reality when we're awake. And sometimes we can be awake in the dream, and sometimes we can be asleep in the dream. And some people in the world, they're asleep in this reality, right? Most people are asleep. But not everyone, and more people are waking up in their own natural timing. Because everything is a natural timing. Yeah, we can provoke our spiritual journey. We can get a glimpse of how blissful it is in the 5D, 6D, 7D, 12D, I don't even know how many Ds there are. It's beautiful that everyone is actually waking up in their own natural timing, because it's a natural thing. Everyone is supposed to wake up. Our parents, our grandparents. And I believe that we die when we decide to die. I think we already decided when we are gonna die and how we're gonna die. Our soul already decided that. So even sudden deaths are planned. Even suicides. All deaths are suicides. Because we have already decided it, our soul. And it's so weird because a lot of my beliefs are changing regarding what life is and what the soul is and who I am. And I thought that the soul was a separate thing, right? Not separate, but I knew, I kind of always, not always, but I've known that, yeah, we're all connected, we're all one. I didn't really understand it. We can say things, but sometimes we don't really understand it. Our mind doesn't really understand it. It takes time for our brain to process these kind of things because it's strange and it's weird, and we can freak out a bit because we don't really completely understand it or people, but we will do. The more we learn and the more we communicate and the more we get to know each other and get to know ourselves, the more we understand it from a logical point of view. And I don't really think that it's possible to get to know someone by just looking at videos. We can get a picture of how the person is working or who the person is, but to really get to know someone, it needs to be on a personal level. And that's the same with ourselves. We can learn all of these things about ourselves through numerology, astrology, tarot, magic, psychedelics, meditation, yoga. We can use all of these tools to get a picture. But it's just a picture. And it's not really the understanding of the picture on a deeper level. To know why you are doing certain things, why you're behaving in certain ways, and why you are following certain patterns. We can get a understanding, or we can get a picture of why. But to really ground it, to really get it, it needs to be on a personal level. That clarity is, like that logical clarity is something very personal. And I think just life, that's how we learn it, just by going through life. And the more we grow, the more we learn. Life is a psychedelic story. Even though it's more subtle, right? Because when we take psychedelics, it's just so much information. That's why we have ego deaths. That's why we are the soul from our ego, the person that you are in this world. Because it's so powerful. And we can have the ego deaths by just going through normal life, right? There's a lot of stories when people go through extreme pain or extreme suffering, and because of that suffering and because of that pain, they lose a part of their ego. They get enlightened, you know. And yeah, just life itself will guide you towards where you're supposed to go. And we all have different paths, and we are all have different and unique roads. Everyone has their own unique blue pattern, I think, like blueprint. We are all so different, everyone, and I think that's so fantastic. I think that's so fascinating, because even though we're so similar to certain people, we're still so different. And we can never be as anyone else. You can never be as anyone else. You are you. I have a tattoo which says be yourself. For me, that's very logical. I don't even know why I got it tattooed. I don't really know why I got any of my tattoos tattooed. But it's important, because the people that want to hang out with you, or that are interested in you, they're interested in you, and not someone you pretend to be, not this persona that we build. And we have different personas comparing to who we are with and what we're doing. I have a different persona when I'm working, for an example, my career persona. And then I have a different persona when I'm this curious little child who just wants to explore. And then I have the bitch. And yeah, I did an experiment yesterday. I'm gonna link the YouTube video in the box below. I got a tip from some random person. And I did the experiment, and it was so fascinating. I started to cry when I got to the vast mind, which was in the end, because it was just beautiful. And when I read the comments, there was a lot of people who got the similar or the exact same answers that I got when I was in the vast mind, which is the universe, because it's everywhere all the time. It's everything and nothing. It's beautiful. We're beautiful, magnificent persons, every one of us. Every person, every human being in the world is divine. The plant is divine. This floor is divine. And I've kind of always known it, you know, but I've never really understood it. And I still don't really understand it, because it's not really logical. But at the same time it is, right? Because science says that everything is energy, everything vibrates. Nothing is stagnant. We are electricity. We are the internet. We're plants. We're the sun, we're the moon. We're everything and nothing. And what is nothingness? Because everyone is trying to fill this hole that we have within us, this void. And we can fill it with distractions, drugs, but why are we filling something that is not supposed to be filled? We are the void, and the void is the universe. It's this blackness, it's the black nothingness that is so filled with so much. It's not nothing, that's the thing. And we feel it, we have it I feel it in my heart. And sometimes people don't understand why they are trying to fill up this void. But just being in the void is peace. There's peace there. There's stillness, there's beauty. And it's so magnificent, it's so beautiful. Everyone is so beautiful. Life is beautiful. And I've come to this understanding that we don't need to grow all the time, even though we are. But we don't need to focus, we don't need to actively focus on becoming a better person or becoming a better version of ourselves. Because the person and the version that you are right now is already perfect. You have always been perfect. The day you were born, you were perfect. And so many people out there, they're associating themselves with being broken or being lost or being sick. Especially sick. We associate ourselves with diagnosis. And then, because we're doing that in a way, we are becoming the diagnosis. We are becoming the sickness. Because you believe that you are sick. Mind over matter, matter over mind. It's all connected, so when you start to believe something, that will be your reality. I've said before that words create our reality, but it's not really true. Words matter. Words are very important, and what kind of words we are using towards ourselves and others are very important. But it's not really creating our reality. I think our beliefs create our reality. Your reality, obviously. And the collective beliefs. So what most people in the world believe in, the majority of people, what we believe in, will create this life we're living in. And we can see a lot of fear. And it's because we believe in fear and we create fear. But we can also see a lot of love. Unfortunately, not enough yet. But I think that just one little love message or one little seed, one little intention can do a lot. It can do a lot. I'm very happy to be alive. And you should too. It's a beautiful life. We don't need to focus on the suffering. We don't need to focus on the pain. Yes, there's a war. There's militaries killing people out there. There's dictatorships and there's injustice in the world. We can't turn a blind eye on it. That's not healthy either, because then we are ignoring the problem. But what we fill our mind with is important. And how we are seeing on the problem. It's power games. It's power games everywhere. And I don't like it. I'm a person who I rather stay away from power. And it's kind of weird because I like it at the same time. And to find this balance with power and not corrupt power, that's the problem. The problem is the corruption, because power is important. We need power in the world. Otherwise, people won't listen. Without power, people won't listen. But there's a matter of how we're using the power. Are we using the power for our own advantages? Then we are going to meet obstacles in our way. I say that with direct experience. But if we use our power to help other people, to help nature, to help animals, to help the dolphins, then we will be granted more advantages from the universe. Life will be more of a flow when we're working with nature and not against nature. And it's hard because sometimes our ego is strong and it wants to take over. It wants to be the best. But that's not true, because everyone is best. Everyone in the world is best. So that was my little ranting. I didn't chant. Yeah, my little rant. Thank you for watching. I don't even know. But it was nice having you here. And it was nice talking. Hakuna Matata.